option in the settings called turn hazards off, Halberd would be a way better stage, for example.
They even did that in All-Stars.
Yeah.
That was actually an option in All-Stars.
Turn off hitboxes on the stage, like whatever he got to offer. But here we go. Game 1, Komorikiri, Ranai, MKLeo, Mew2King. What you'd expect to be like a pretty much grand finals here. We're going to see, this is actually winners semis, it looks like. So we do see here the winner will be advancing to winners finals. This is guaranteed top 5 right now.
Man, and yeah, you're absolutely right. This was something that I was expecting grand finals. 2 of my favorite teams, honestly, if I had to put money on who was going to be taking it today. Komo and Ranai, talk to me about what they bring to the table. Obviously, champions, I believe, at Genesis 3 for doubles.
You know, the factor that Ranai has, like right here, is just, wow.
It's his tenacity. He has tenacity.
Resourcefulness, tenacity to get through things, and you know the fact that he is playing that obscure matchup. You know,
I mean that being said, though, it's a tough.
You don't need to know matchup to
right?
get hit stun into finishing touch.
Yeah, and it's tough. I feel like when you're playing a zone-oriented character like.
Can we just appreciate he's fighting around like 3 giant swords right now? Even his partner, like he has to.
He looks like a kid who walked in the wrong part of town. Honestly, he brought a slingshot to a knife fight. It's a little scary.
Literally, like, yeah, pretty much.
Bit of the David and Goliath going on.
yeah, that's pretty much what the story is right here. You know, he's just trying to survive, do his thing. At the end of the day, collect some tree shrubs, whatever he's got going on that day. But he's doing a really good job, quite honestly, and that's going to definitely take that stock.
Now, right now, the blue team definitely planting the seed to their victory. Just quick stocks back and forth. Ranai being the only member from this team from Japan to actually lose a stock.
Even right there, we have Komorikiri actually getting back here. Very good job, good DI. And able to maintain his ability to get on spikes and techs into his own tech chase gyro for that kill. Unfortunate circumstances, but we do have a pretty close game here right now.
So what's Ranai's function, really, when we look at this team? He brings something unique to the table, obviously, from a character standpoint.
Absolutely. So typical, wow. So clutch. But typically we would see him having a lot of ability to control.
Oh my
the
goodness!
Return! All they want is blood right now.
Yeah, it's the return.
All they want is blood. Can we get a Twitch clip of just the last 15 seconds of the 3 stocks that were lost in that process? Oh my goodness. So as I was trying to say, each time I think it might be a curse with that sentence, but you know, typically in a not all cloud match, you're seeing Ranai doing an amazing job of control space. You know, he just puts out these forward airs and makes you play around this giant space that you know, Komorikiri is able to capitalize on you playing around 4. So he definitely, they have a very good synergy with each other, as why they do as well as they do all the time. In understanding, that might be it.
Oh, not quite.
Understanding the options to play around Ranai and how to beat them.
Just patience again from Ranai, just calm under pressure, knowing he just hold shield there and things will be okay. Meanwhile, though, Komo looked like he was getting juggled back and forth a bit there.
Ranai just wanted to get back next to his buddy here, managing to do so, getting back on stage. That doesn't do it. Oh, I think he was looking for a jump option there, but opted to do a grounded side B instead. That will be the kill.
And a huge kill coming out for Komo and Ranai.
Can MKLeo flush this out? Ranai's on a very fresh stock right now. It's going to be tough. That back air is going to put him off stage in a really bad situation. Forward smash right here, maybe? Oh, that was actually better coverage because I was looking for him to land a forward throw, maybe?
Yeah.
I think he expected maybe an up air for the kill. Can't really say for certain. Let's get that forward smash going right here. That down air going to be enough. He didn't have actually enough time to start his forward smash the way he wanted. He might have been clipped with the uppy going up, so that was actually a much better option. And the reason why Ranai is where he's at right now.
Honestly, I wasn't sure if that was a doubles match or a dunk contest. Just the number of spikes that we saw in that game, that was ridiculous.
That was unbelievable. Like, I think half of the stocks were lost before 80 or 70, you know, like, it was just, and it was back and forth, too. They were direct answers. And they weren't in situations where it was set up. They were just put out there, and it worked, you know?
Yeah, it's like the game of horse, right? Where one person does something, the other person tries to follow it up, and the other person
just get a letter at the end of the day, and who wants that, right?
Well, right now, MVG Echo Fox actually holding that L, as Komo and Ranai go up 1 game in the series. Now, being winner semis, I believe this will be a best-of-5 series, so still a long ways to go here.
Yeah, a long road ahead. We're going to have to see some major adjustments, just in the fact, maybe just holding your stocks out, trying to play that long game for MKLeo and Mew2King here. Hold those stocks a little bit longer and get more limits in the process. Every time you lose a stock, that's like 2 or 3 limits that you just lost right there as well.
Yeah, that survival-oriented gameplay that we saw from them may be nice here, but I think the big difference really is Ranai just...
Komorikiri able to land, though, from all of that, able to get down at the end of the day. Had an amazing string there for MKLeo though. Going to be off stage here for MKLeo again. Not going to get that nair that Ranai wanted. Just send him back off. MKLeo able to get back to stage control and try to save Mew2King from a dangerous Komorikiri.
Komo, knocked out of the picture with limit unused there. That's definitely going to be a major setback, I feel, for the Japanese team.
As well as that, not going to be enough for a kill, but definitely a free 30%. You'll take that whenever it's given to you here. And that's something I've always noticed about, you know, Mew2King, as well as I guess MKLeo sometimes, more so Mew2King here, where you'll see them just, wow. You'll see them just use their limit for the damage when they see it.
Is it a fair assessment to say that this blue team really capitalizes with the offstage conversions, whereas red is looking probably for the more grounded conversions, kind of juggling folks back and forth?
I mean, in general, we're seeing, you know, Double Cloud is always going to want to keep people on stage and control them, but amazing play from Ranai once again.
It's a subtle up air. That close.
But yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. You know, Ranai will rely on those offstage shenanigans going on, where we're going to see a lot more team synergy, team combos, and damage coming on stage with the Double Cloud.
I think there's a really big difference in this game is right now it feels like Red has found their footing much more than they did in the last game. They're not really offstage nearly as often. Ooh, of course, as I say that.
I mean, he was sent offstage, so all fair to him. But you know, you're absolutely right. You know, and I think a large part of that, it seemed like what I saw from the last game is platforms, while platforms definitely help Cloud, in those situations I saw, they were definitely getting caught in awkward situations on platforms. And that's a combination of both Komo and Ranai putting them and setting them up for those situations as well. We're sitting here, FD giving them a lot more space to kind of land away from any of those dangerous situations, fall toward their partner, but also get those nasty conversions as we saw right there.
Absolutely brutal.
Going for that high recovery there, landing behind him. Very good. Again, I'm definitely stealing that in doubles from now on. It's just taking those high roads whenever you see someone in between you and the stage.
I feel like I should pass the pen and paper to you.
Yeah,
take the notes.
Might as well. I'm going to take out my notepad here on my phone here and start taking some notes here for myself.
I mean, but this is what you expect, especially from an event like this, just world-class play.
You come here to learn, like you said before. You know, you play to learn, you watch to learn. Everyone, even these people here, while they want to win, they're also, in the same regard, looking to learn not only more about themselves, but about their opponents.
Trying to glean some info from Komo here. Limit available, fully charged. Gonna have to use it defensively though.
Did get his jump caught off and was forced by pressure to kind of drift back there off stage. Didn't want to be too close to the edge there when Komo was right there to hit him.
The aggression, even in the corner here, were a bit surprising actually, but plays like that were so necessary for that win that we saw previously. A quick double play for Team Red, and now Ranai in a 2v1.
Not where we want to see him. He can't even go for grabs, so shielding at the end of the day is going to be probably the most pertinent source of consistent punishments on Villager here. Whether it's about a direct punish or just making sure he can't grab, as you see right there, because it gets people too close to him and is going to give them all this space here that they need for all the damage they could ever want.
They're just playing ping pong right now with Ranai.
That's going to catch his jump though. Able to get back. Ranai was forced to recover himself as well. Worried about what Leo was going to have to offer. One limit on board, one almost on board. One limit wasted, forward smash will take the kill. And that was one throw, and that's the whole thing, you know. On the one hand, it's so scary for Villager to go for those grabs because of the ability or potential of whiffing compared to what other characters experience when they're whiffing. But at the other hand, even just getting the throw, you're going to be stuck in that lag after throwing. And they, MKLeo, I think it was, definitely took full advantage of collecting with that forward smash there.
Now right here, I think I'm probably expecting a bit more of a constricted stage if I'm looking at the Japanese team. Lylat,
yeah, we're gonna see
a bit of an interesting choice.
We're going to see Lylat. I think a large part here is the tree, you know, definitely exists, covers some of the platform here. You know, you can actually use the tree on the floor as people are landing on a platform, as it grows to cover a landing on a platform pretty good, where you can't do that so much on other stages. And then also at the same time, you know, just putting off those forward smashes off stage is going to be extremely effective here for Villager. We're going to see those downers might also pop up into a stage spec on the lip. We don't know. But also, that being said, it's amazingly good Cloud stage as well. Just in general, the ability to, as you know, Villager can control space with the tree, so can Cloud with Nair and up air between the space of the platforms, very effectively making it really hard to land.
And we saw Ranai earlier actually shark underneath the bottom of Lylat and just put the turn up there. And I think that that's going to be really something to consider whenever this team is trying to edge guard.
And we're going to see here an attempt from Como waste his limit, getting it hit out of him when he just tried to use the recover from Leo's up B in general. But there we go. MVG losing that stock at the same time as Como.
Yeah, maybe a bit too ambitious, trying to go for that KO on Como.
Yeah, and very, very close here. We see a very similar percents here on both sides for the people that have the 3 stocks versus the 2. They're both just trying to feel out this neutral situation and get any kind of string going. As you see here, MKLeo collecting 3 up airs very well.
You know, every one of these clouds has something very distinct. We've talked a lot about MKLeo and Mew2King. Tell me about what it is that Como brings to the table here.
So, and this is from my personal opinion from watching what I think. Como definitely relies more on keeping his back to people. You know, he definitely loves the ability to land and back air and just play that game of, am I going to back air, am I going to grab? Whereas, MKLeo, I've noticed, does a lot more of the dashing, pivoting away, and making sure you play out of your situation, and then collecting on your attempts to get out. And then, Mew2King himself is just that, frame data god. He's very good at making sure he's always just out of range, or, always getting that big punish that you didn't expect. Like earlier on, he had upbeat someone for the hit just because it was the only one to hit. An amazing play here, almost getting that gimp on Mew2King as well. Como on his last stop.
Big plays off stage. Actually, we saw things kind of shift, right? Whenever we looked at the game number 1, it was all about Ranai and Como with the offstage play. And right now we're seeing Team Echo Fox MVG with some great adjustments. Ranai, though,
just see what I just saw.
You saw it.
He fell near the ledge, and instead of grabbing the ledge like any normal person, in my opinion, would attempt to do, he put out a forward air as he was passing the ledge. So he didn't grab it, and he was able to get that gimp.
Oh,
and he gets another gimp. No. Oh, wow. And Mew2King able to actually recover from that really tight situation. I would have died. A lesser man would have died in that situation.
Yeah, I feel like that would have slain many mortals. But these are some of the gods, demigods, and titans of this game that we see on this screen.
Gonna get that grab. Not gonna get the collection they wanted. Able to get back, and everyone back to neutral, it seems, except for Leo. All right, everyone's back. We're good to go. And off stage once again, getting that side B, and that up air. Okay, so what does the game do when 2 clouds, it just picks the first one, I'm assuming, to zoom in on. But that was really, really clutch. Mew2King losing it 116 down. We are on our final stocks of this game.
Quick up tilt from Ranai. Gives him the time to plant the tree. It seems like it was more of a diversion than anything else, right? The way he used the tree cover.
But also at the same time, pulling out the tree gives him the axe. So, you kind of want that just extra option on board to get that free hit if you see it happen. Really, really good showing from Ranai and Como, making it back to 1-1. Like you said, I think we're going to have a long way to go with this set. And, you said you noticed a switch of, red team going a little bit more off stage in this game. Maybe that's something we should revert back from. Maybe that was one of the reasons we saw a couple of early kills. Not even early kills, but just downward they fell kills, because they did get gimped. Even at 100%, it's still gimped when you die down.
I think about that one stock on the right side of the stage where it was essentially a trade of sorts, right? Because Mew2King takes the stock, I believe, of Como, but loses the stock in the process, I think, because he either went too low or because he was trying to evade Ranai, who was in that zone. And I think that if he had just maybe gotten the kill, if he was able to make it back, that would have been a completely different game there.
So one thing that's always hard to inform newer players on, or even growing players, is the importance of being conservative and kind of staying on stage. And it's even harder to teach them that when they are seeing these amazing players. Not to say that they're doing anything bad by going off stage, but they know when they have it. They know those opportunities to go off and get it, and they have to push it, because at the end of the day, I say that a lot, but at the end of the day, they do have to push advantages as far as possible against players that will do just the same back to them.
Yeah, and it's also a bit of that also deals with kind of knowing yourself, but also knowing your character too, what their particular limits are. And being able to go all the way, putting your toes in the line in the sand.
Dipping your toes in the lava, in a sense.
Exactly.
Seeing what the temperature's like.
Game 3, Como and Ranai currently up 2-1. They end up taking this game, they're going to be sitting comfortably in winners finals, guaranteed a top 3 position in this incredibly stacked doubles tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see here a good amount of damage coming from red team on Como right now. We're seeing Ranai up until right now do an amazing job of just staying back and collecting his damage where he can get, staying at a healthy 27%, while everyone else is escalating past 50 right now.
So this is bringing the question: if you're Mew2King and MKLeo, are you trying to focus up, maybe double team on Como and get the stopping power off of the table, or are you trying to take Ranai out?
It's really hard to say without talking to them personally, right? Wow, that's going to do it. That's going to save him, though. We're going to have another edge guard attempt. Oh, my goodness, Como.
You know, it's mastery on both sides, right? It's the surgical executions that we're seeing from Ranai, but as well as those incredible saves that we're seeing from Leo and M2King.
So in regards to your question before about like who are they picking on, again, it's hard to say without talking to them, but it almost feels like I couldn't even tell you, honestly, which specific person seems to be taking the most of the heat, because it looks like they're MKLeo and Mew2King are playing this game of whatever's in front of me, I'm going to react to. Whatever's presented to me, I'm going to try to play around. So I don't even know for certain if they have this mindset of I need to pick on one person, because then it kind of takes away the pressure from the other.
Como?
And they don't, and they don't want to necessarily give room to either one of these players.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, I'm expecting... Okay, so that was actually a bit of an interesting moment. Como had limit and used the threat of limit, it seemed, just to evade some of the pressure off the ledge so Ranai could potentially make it. I mean, Ranai ends up losing the stock at the end, but I think it's those little decisions that really do go a long way whenever we're talking about this caliber of doubles play.
Yeah, no, a lot of the true brokenness about limit is because of how broken it is. Amazing Gimp again. Ranai has been so on point. I think all of Mew2King's stocks so far have just been like offstage gameplay against Ranai. But I'm sorry, I forgot your last point that we were discussing right there.
Oh no, just Como using limit, but not having to push a button and still putting.
Oh yeah, a lot of the big broken factor of limit is the existence of limit, and his not only the speed increase, but really the ability for him to throw it out at any point completely changes how you have to play. And then the ability to play around that is what Como seems to be doing.
Oh, Como. Oh, bad spot, but Ranai, you saw him just start to pellet away with those slingshots and get his teammate at a bad spot, reversing the scenario, very nearly getting that edge guard as well.
I'm surprised I didn't see Leo go for more of a jump nair to catch Como's jump as well, because he was in that situation where the back hit and air could have gimped him very easily. But he opted again. He is where he is for a reason to simply get that recovery and not go for a greedy play. But right now it seems to be having a bit of a hard time. I mean, red team's definitely in a healthy position in terms of percent, so there's no way to say that Blue is definitely any kind of big advantage here. It's all about how long they're able to hold on to these stocks at these high percentages.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think edge guard's going to be a big point. Ranai launched off, and now Como at 151 offstage, he's going to be out of the picture as well. So Ranai in a 2v1 scenario here, and you talked about it last time it was a 2v1 with Ranai. He cannot really afford to use the grab. The juggle's coming through, the finishing touch whiffing though.
Yeah, a little bit too high in percent, was able to DI up and away from that. We're going to see here them really, like I said, like focusing on, I guess, this long, far away spacing with these back airs. It is something that Villager has trouble with. Villager has also trouble on just getting in on one cloud, let alone getting in on one that's protected by another. Gyro trying to create some space here, using that double jump nair to catch his out of shield option. Two limits. I don't even. That will not do it.
Nah, not quite yet.
A little bit too center stage for that to get the kill. Could have potentially pocketed it, I believe. That's going to get the kill right there. Clean up air, not even worrying about limit. They actually, they held on to those last stocks. So it was very important, and it's very pressury to be on those last stock situations, whether or not they have an extra stock in the opposing team or not. Just knowing at any point, you know, you can leave your teammate in this horrible one-on-one situation.
I can't believe it, Saber. Again, another set. We've increased the set count, but it still seems to all play out the same.
Going to game 3 at least, right here. We're going to see if it goes past game 4 or not.
No, this is game 5. This is game 5.
I thought that was 2-1.
Yeah, that was 2-1, and now it's 2-2.
And now it's 2-2. Oh my goodness. That's how into the match I am. I'm not looking at the numbers on the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's really, really tight. Good job, guys. Game 5 here. We have winner semis. Anyone's game at this point. Back to Smashville. And we're going to see a very aggressive MKLeo go through and just dash the Como that attempted to charge.
Is there a particular reason why we're seeing the run back to Smashville again here?
I think, honestly, at this point, you know, they're all at these stages where, and especially in a Game 5 situation like this, where they recognize that at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to who's playing better right now. So it could have very well not been so much of a, you know, matchup decision, whereas it could have been simply, you know, preference. Wanted to make sure they have that platform as an option to recover on. The platform definitely benefits Cloud's recovery more than Villagers ever would, so it definitely does help out them a little bit more in that regard. But really, I think it's just a matter of preference. I don't think the stage is going to play too big of a change to the result of this game.
Right now, when we're looking at the start of this game, it feels like Red's done a great job of sandwiching blue in between them. Just the juggles back and forth that we're seeing from one player to another are causing a lot of damage actually to be racked up. But Como turning things around with that down smash, that was a massive play.
No, and we're going to see some really, really big things here from Red Team to bring this back really quick. We do have actually pretty even right now. Good job on them. Villager sitting at 92, trying to maintain his position in center stage and get any kind of damage they can really right now. That limit is going to flub. Not the best bet right there. We really want to see from Red Team more, I guess, confirms that we want. You know, I get the idea of the pressure. You have to at least use it sometimes to make them believe you might use it later on. So there's definitely some value to putting it out there on your own, but you can get a lot more out of it, obviously, by taking those confirms. And that side B will be enough to take the, I think he went to 71 because they were so close to the side there.
Como now on his final stock. This is massive amounts of momentum coming through from Red. It started off in the early game with those sandwiches, but it's extending now. Ranai, however, answering back. Now we're seeing a situation where we're seeing stock tanks on both sides.
Yeah, and there's like seemingly no neutral for a little bit here. Everyone just kind of taking turns, juggling and getting thrown into the air. Really good stuff here. We got back to neutral right now, though. Como able to land back. Very important. What can we get off this up air? Still gets back. Okay. Ranai trying to cover that with an up air, but wasn't able to get the hit and got shielded instead.
Almost.
That will take his last stock. We're going to start seeing some... He hit his teammate with that. I don't think he knew he had limit. But we're going to see Ranai try to hold on to this as long as humanly possible. Very important for Como to not get gift right now.
I mean, is the pressure on Ranai here to hang on, or is it on Como?
It's on both. It's on both of them right now. The pressure's on for the entire blue team right now. They're going to try to take whatever damage they can. Hopefully get some kind of kill on, I believe, MKLeo right here. This might do it. At least make them waste the limit. Not going to get a kill on that, but this next situation may play out enough in their favor. Ooh. I thought he was going to get a nair right there with him flying toward him. That side B, going to get him. Leo recovering from under the stage.
Doesn't get more intense than this. Last stocks all around.
I love watching Ranai just fast fall down here because he knows it's going to potentially spike or stage spike at any point. That was a great air dodge read.
Oh my god, and even better stage spike,
everything Ranai just did is why they might win this game right here.
And now MKLeo
go to the other side. Go to the other side. Don't even mess with it.
Absolutely tense. You can feel the pressure in this entire room. You can only imagine what Leo is feeling. Off stage for 9, finds a way to capitalize.
That's going to be it. Amazing from the Japanese team. Komorikiri Ranai taking it game 5, 3-2 over MKLeo and Mew2King. Wow. Amazing. What's on the other side of winter semis? Do we know yet?
I don't know. I don't know. What more could you really want from a tournament like this, from a doubles tournament like this? An absolutely incredible showing. That could have been grand finals anywhere. So many of these matches could have been grand finals anywhere.
Could still be moving forward. But we're going to see. I think we are actually going to be switching out, it seems.
That's right. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to be checking out some singles action. You're watching Frame Perfect 2 on MVG League.
See you later, guys.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking around. We are back here at Frame Perfect Series 2 in Orlando, Florida. And let me tell you, man, it's great to be back here in Florida. It's been a while. I'm D1, by the way, and I'm here with
Asmodemus,
my brother. It's apologies for not even introducing myself.
Of course.
But yes, I'm just so caught up in how excited I am to be here in Orlando. Just like I said before, I thought the weather was going to be hotter, but I mean,
yeah, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, right.
Chilly sometimes.
I know there was a nor'easter in the Atlantic North, but regardless of that fact, we have some Wii U singles action coming up.
Yes. I believe actually we are going to wrap up doubles into top 4 first.
Oh snap, we are. Okay,
but
apologies.
After that, we do get started with the Wave A pools. So
yeah, well, in that case, we could touch on what just transpired. We saw the Echo Fox / MVG boys almost